Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another episode of New Comic Book Day. Why? And thanks, Los Cruces, 1971, the year I was born. Greetings from Washington State, right? So, yeah, I'm sure Will will be here. Maybe I should give him a call or just text him and say, "What up, man?" Or maybe I'll just move it along here. Will's the guy who reads the freaking new comics. I'm kind of done with them, but I'll pick up the slack. He's not here right now, so this is 1972. Okay, here he is. What up, Will?
Hey, what's up? How's everyone doing? How we doing?
Yeah, man.
Man, I was
doing pretty good.
Oh, awesome. Cool. I was reading a comic and then I looked at the time and I was like, oh, it's time.
I know we got to squeeze in our reading time when we can, you know. It's like I've been reading the older comics and I've only been doing one a day, you know. So Las Cruces, thank you so much, you know, for saying hi to us. You know, I think I met him through Metarog, actually. So
Las Cruces.
Yeah, man. So new comic book day. Did you make it to the store today?
I did.
Wow.
That's why I was reading. I was like, oh, let me read these books.
Okay.
We go live. But yeah, I got them. They're here. Let me grab them. They're right here. I didn't even have time to set up everything. Look, I got like a camera. I got a light behind me.
You want me to just show a book? I could show a book, bro.
I got them.
Okay, cool.
I'm always ready.
Yeah.
I'm always ready.
Yeah.
All right.
This is Cuppo Comics, you people out there who don't know. And man, he's a big lover of comics and he reads the new stuff as it comes in. I'm personally burnt out on it, but yeah. Take it away, my friend Will.
What's up, Alberto?
What up, Keith Hoxie? And David Reese, thanks for being here. We appreciate you guys, man.
Nice. Appreciate everybody being here. All right, so today upside down. Or is it? It's All In Special number 1. It's a flip book. It's got 2 covers.
Nice.
It's got a barcode on each side, which is
yeah. Double trouble.
All right. So on one side you have the Absolute Universe, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman, and on the other side you got, the regular guys.
And they're hoping you're all in, Will.
They're hoping. So so the multiverse in the DC universe was kind of shut down multiple events ago. But what they've done with this is now they set up the Absolute Universe, which I think is their answer to the Ultimate Universe, to Marvel's Ultimate Universe. Coming into today, didn't really know too much about it. It just looked like an alternate universe. Then reading this, there seems to be something that ties both of these universes together.
Okay.
So, I don't know if they're going to cross over into each other's. I mean, eventually they might, like the old Ultimate Universe got absorbed by the Marvel 616, but who knows?
Yeah, for the longest time, the Ultimate Universe was separate from the main universe.
It was. The one thing you can see on both covers, if you pay close attention, is that you got Darkseid back here with his Omega beams.
Yeah, and he's always Darkseid. He is not a variant. There's not
right,
different versions of him.
Darkseid is the same Darkseid. And you'll see how this kind of how this all works together between these two universes. But yeah, I was reading this. It was a pretty good read. I think I was like 1 page away from finishing it. It's what's cool is I was expecting this guy to be like $7.99 or whatever,
Yeah,
big, all in special. I'm not gonna say it was only, but it was only $4.99. So it was $3.99, that'd be even better. But
our guy Triple C is not. He's all in on not reading it. What's up, Rob?
Rob in the house. I hear you, Rob. But it was interesting. I think what it did was it kind of I had some worries about how this new absolute universe was going to work. And
Yeah.
I think this kind of helps to phase it in. So I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to give away too much information, but I think if you read that, it'll help you to figure out what's happening in this whole absolute power stuff and this absolute universe and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
pretty good. Yeah. All right. Next book. We got Spawn 357. He's taking a ride on the ferry.
Yeah.
Right. And as usual, they put the next cover on the back page, the A cover. So that's pretty cool. Cardstock $2.99. So it's been
Yeah, man. How does Todd do it? You know?
I know. It's all that McFarlane toy money.
Probably.
You got Brett Booth on
His
this
way,
one,
his way of giving back.
right? And you know what? It's cool. It's also like, yeah, this was his this was his childhood creation over here. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Just gotta make this light a little brighter.
Let's get you lit up. You're in a silhouette.
There you go. I need a light over here, but that's a little.
You're kind of in a silhouette, but that's all right.
It's art. We're doing art today. We're being artistic. There is a new character in here in this book. I haven't really read it, but there is a new character in here. You get the name of the character. You know what's funny is if I find the page with the character, they're always like, "Hello, Spawn. My name is," and then they go into why they're around.
And it's a spoiler for our peeps here.
Right. But yeah, if you've been reading Spawn, you know that a lot of the characters don't have their powers still. Some of them do, some of them don't.
Yeah.
There are right. There's a few, but
it's like you're keeping me abreast with all these storylines, you know.
Yeah. So Spawn's got this new look going on. You know, he's got the cape is more wrapped around him like a shawl, I guess, or
he's more like a ninja these days, right?
Yeah, exactly. He has katana blades these days. Like he's just really
it's funny that Todd brought it kind of to a more street level fighting type of characters.
Yeah, and
probably dig into their character a little more. I don't know.
But yeah, it's what he's been.
Do you like it?
Yeah. I mean, for $2.99, I love it.
Yeah, the art's just as good, whether they're have powers or not.
Right, just like the '90s books. If anything, you're going to get some decent art. So I think that's the new character right there, but who knows? I still have to read this one, and there's still the countdown. I feel like it's been at 1 for a while. That's when he's out of necroplasm.
Huh? Interesting.
Yeah. All right. Next up, I haven't read this one. I got to catch up on this, but I got it. Mortal Thor 16, Al Ewing, Alex Ross cover. All right. Balzador or whatever. Balzadua on the interiors.
Immortal Thor, is it Al Ewing still?
Yep, still Al Ewing. I think it's just Al Ewing's vehicle, so I think he'll be on it until he decides he doesn't want to do it anymore. And then they'll probably just reboot it.
How pathetic.
But we got some harkening back to the original Human Torch there.
Yeah, Android Torch.
Awesome cover, I ordered it, right? Wasn't it?
And they in the 70s, they all got together and created the Invaders.
Right. There's the Rainbow Bridge, constantly destroyed, constantly brought back.
Yes.
Here's a ad for Kahori. If anybody watched the What If series on Disney Plus, this is going to be your comic book debut coming up in our own book. So that was an interesting episode. You couldn't watch it with the subtitles because it was all in Native American. So, And I forget what tribe she was, but it was definitely
Was it Navajo?
I don't remember, honestly. But yeah,
The Hopi?
we're just gonna go through all of them.
Well, there's a lot to go through.
Figure it out. Yeah. So the art in here is not too bad. I find the faces to be a little bit off, but which is different.
Yeah.
But there's definitely some action happening in these panels. So that's cool. Good stuff.
How many comics did you grab this week?
This week, I think it was. Let's see. This is 5. There's only 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Slim pickings for a couple comics.
When they rung me up, my wallet went. Whew. I was like, "Oh, thank you." All right, so there's some stuff. Oh, apparently the Gray Gargoyle makes an appearance. So we've got a statuesque Thor in there. So
cool.
Yeah, read that if you like Thor or the Gray Gargoyle. All right, All In Batman. Yeah, it's not All In Batman, it's Batman, but part of the All In series. New character in here, new hero. Forget his name, Captain something or other. Yeah, but here's a picture.
Key alert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a new character. Basically, the city's safe or safer.
What a Brent, the Dragon's Lair. What's happening?
Brent, Dragon's Lair. All right. Just repeating what you said.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so the city is kind of in a good place now, right? After all the events. Batman's happier, right? He's actually asking people for help.
Wow.
He's kind of, I guess, kind of gone back to work. He's helping people. Somehow the Riddler is now a good guy. We'll see how long that lasts. So, and we got some stuff happening. Oh, so this is weird. I don't know. This guy's on this page, but then on this page,
who did the art here?
This, I believe, is Jimenez. Yep, still Jorge Jimenez.
Yeah, great artist.
Yeah, and then we get to this page, and Batman's like literally kicking somebody through the car window. Like,
yeah. Chip Zdarsky's writing it, right?
Yeah, Chip is still on Batman. He's
probably, you get mixed reviews. It's up and down, but it still hits pretty good, right? Like,
I enjoy it. Oh, and this guy's name is Commander Star. That's what it is. So we'll go back.
Commander Star.
Is it like the answer to Captain America? Who knows? But he's got a star on his chest and a flag. No shield.
No shield.
But he's got these Wolverine claws. If you look at his hands, like he's got these.
A brand new DC character, y'all.
Keeler. But yeah, so we'll see what happens to Batman now. He's got a lot of things to figure out. Oh no, there's a spoiler on the last page. I can't show you that. I will show you that there's a gun and somebody gets shot. So, family-friendly show, right? Somebody may have gotten slightly hurt.
Right, yeah. It is a family-friendly show.
But somebody definitely took a bullet. Looks like DC has teamed up with AEW to do some ads in the back. So wrestling ads, if you will. So that's
cool.
Like stuff. I won't show you the other page because that gives away the spoiler of who got hurt. But looks like they're doing like little mini comics.
Nice. Well, people they know that they're targeting the correct audience. So many comic book lovers love wrestling,
right?
Indeed
they do. Here's the
as long as the wrestlers have the personalities like the 80s. I mean, that was the gold.
That was the gold standard, right?
Yeah.
Macho Man, Hulk Hogan.
But you love a lot of the 90s and early 2000s too, right? Yeah.
Then you had you had The Rock, Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Little extra light. Rock, Stone Cold, Who else came? I mean, there's a ton of them. Heartbreak Kid, right? Triple H.
Yeah, yeah,
But there was just so many. Undertaker came. We can go on and on and on.
yeah.
On and on. Absolute Power #4, right? So that's coming to an end. Absolute Power. So
Have you read most of those?
no, I've only read the first 2 issues. So I
you're
mean, I
still-
only got 3 and 4.
Yeah. How are you settling in?
Good. I
in the new
finally
apartment?
settling them pretty good now. I'm still kind of putting things where they need to be, but today I found a box. So what's been holding me back is not misplaced, but in my box of comics, I had a box of unread issues from like a month ago or 5 weeks ago, and so
okay.
I was missing issues. So I was like, do I just skip the issue and keep reading, or do I try to find the box? So today I sat down and dug through, and I found the box with some issues.
Good news. That's good
yes.
news. All right. Cool.
So I'm in a happy place now with.
Excellent.
Yeah. So I mean, after we're done here, I'll probably go back to finding to going through that box and then starting to catch up on the reading. I did read some Destro today, which there were no new G.I. Joe or Destro books. So
wow.
But we'll get there. All right. So Absolute Power #4. A lot of stuff happens. This is actually referenced in the All In book. So, you know, they're going from Absolute Power into that DC All In. It's not a big deal if you missed out on Absolute Power. They just do reference some stuff that happens in here in that book. So,
cool.
Yeah, but cool cover, white cover. So that, you know, we got to read it and then get it bagged and boarded before we get some stains on the cover. It's a very dark issue, right? The heroes are still hiding. They're in hiding in this book, so that'll explain a lot of why they're in the dark so much. We got some use of the Speed Force in here. They're basically, even though I didn't read it, they basically put together a bunch of different teams. So you got the Lantern Corps in here, right? Got some Speed, some Lantern Corps. If you didn't know that Waller and crew were using these Amazos to steal power, right? So they all got powers of the people they stole it from. So you got like a Green Lantern Amazo, Reverse Flash or a Flash Amazo. There's like a Superman Amazo and so forth. Let's see. Let's find some good action in this book. Green Lantern. Not Green Lantern, sorry, Green Arrow. He was working for Waller for a while, but you know, he flips the script and he starts working for the good guys. You know, Green Arrow wasn't going to stay a bad guy forever.
No.
So you knew that. You know, Waller's got so much dirt on certain people that, you know, at some point it's, you know, I'm pretty sure she's kidnapped a hero here and there and made him work for her.
Yeah.
And blackmailed them with I got this family member or this or that or the other happening.
What up, Kenneth Bird? Thanks for being here.
And yeah, I don't know. Here's one of the last pages. But you got Mr. Plastic in there, Dreamer's there, Superman's there, Batman's there, right? And then they're coming up with a plan for a new Justice League. So we've been without the Justice League for a while, but you know, at the end of this, they're definitely planning to bring the Justice League back.
Well, that's good news, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of
yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, and you'll read more about it in that DC All In issue.
All In will explain, right?
Yeah. Hey, Kenneth Bird's in the house. What up, Bird, man?
Yeah.
Kenneth Bird.
Hi, back to you.
All right. And then last book, last but not least, because I don't know, I can always show other books that I have to read.
Right.
Or I can go through a box of old stuff because I really do need to.
Okay. Do what you got to do, man.
I mean, obviously you have some good stuff to show.
Yeah, I've got a few random things on the side over here.
Right. So we definitely get to that stuff. This is Deadpool #7. I read the last issue. It's pretty good. You know, Wade's not doing too well. He will get, but this is his daughter, and she's in the suit now. Ellie. So she's doing good. You got a little Taskmaster in here, right? So Taskmaster's a pretty funny dude too. You know,
I love the Taskmaster. Yeah.
Maybe only second to Deadpool in terms of funny quips. Oh, Spider-Man, you could throw Spider-Man in. but in terms of like these vigilante hired guns,
the mercenary quips.
Yeah, the mercenary. You got the merc with the mouth and the mercenary with the mouth.
Yeah.
Even though the Marvel Universe, the Taskmaster doesn't talk too much. We won't talk about that. We won't.
Taskmaster's what?
I was saying the Marvel Universe is the MCU's Taskmaster doesn't really talk much.
They just gotta stick with the original stuff.
Yeah, I was like, we won't talk about that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got a new Deadpool. So this book is gonna revolve around Ellie now, the new Deadpool, at least until they bring back the old Deadpool. So, it looks like she's got her dad's powers just without the cancer, right? So
right,
the crippling cancer that he has, but she does have the ability to heal, and she's also got this big symbiote dog that's on her side. So
yeah,
that always helps a little bit. Like any average teenage girl mercenary, she's got a cell phone that she's always on. And basically, in this issue, Deadpool is kind of dead, but they still have his body. So, there's still hope that they'll reanimate, if you will. At the end of the last issue, he was kind of in pieces. So they have managed to at least stitch him back together.
And Taskmaster feels a kinship with Deadpool.
So Deadpool hired him to be part of his group, and I think Taskmaster has a little heart, like he's looking out for Deadpool's daughter, if you will. But also, Deadpool did pay Taskmaster some money, so he's not doing it quite for free. But yeah, I think you could say there's a little kinship there. They're forming, or they were forming like a merc for hire, like a heroes for hire, but more of a Taskmaster Deadpool. I could see that being a book in the future. So, the art in here isn't too bad. You got Ziegler on this, so Cody Ziegler also does Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Spider-Man. So pretty good. And the artist, I have no real complaints about the artist. They're doing all right. And a lot of the Marvel books now taking a page out of the Spawn book and just kind of giving you here's a cover or a page from the next book with the artwork. But yeah, that's
excellent.
That's what I had that was new for today, for this week.
Cool.
Awesome. Yeah. You want to show some stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
All right. So these are just random stuff that's been coming to me in the mail. We got 1971, little Jack Kirby.
The King Kirby.
Yeah, dude, King Kirby. Mr. Miracle, number 11. Can Mr. Miracle survive the death-defying leap into the vat of fire? Pretty cool.
That is cool.
No, there's something about the older stuff. It's more. Now this one's got a chunk here, boop, and a chunk there missing. But there's something about the older stuff. It's almost like it's not innocent, but it's more. I don't know how to more pure or something. Look at that crackling Kirby.
Those pages, though.
Look at that, man.
Pages look pretty sharp.
Yeah, definitely. Title worthy of reading, right?
Yeah, without a doubt.
And that's what I've been doing, as you know. I just said goodbye to the new stuff for it's just not really doing it for me, As far as price, like even though you got you got 5 you know, that's like with tax, like $25 or something, $30. You know?
Yeah, it was a little bit under 30.
Okay.
Yeah, it's well, because I get 20% off.
Cool.
So, yeah.
1982. Shout out to Metarog. He loves his Master of Kung Fu. Issue 112. The Hands of Shang-Chi. Very cool.
1982 Master of Kung Fu.
Commit and destroy. You know?
I got a couple of those in a I bought like I wouldn't say a mystery box. I bought like a collection.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, kind of half unseen though. I bought it online, so I had a few of the books.
The art in this is okay. I've seen better art in Master of Kung Fu, like Gene Day and others, but it's definitely one of those 60-cent covers I'm into. Here's another one. 117. You got to know it's a great series when it went on for so long, you know?
Oh, it went on for a very long time. I'm always surprised when I find them in like the dollar bins and how like high the numbers are.
Yeah. Devil Deeds Done in Darkness. Have you read any of the Ghost Machine books? I know you guys have been trying to get me into that. I know I'm hearing great things about it, but maybe I'll just wait, maybe wait a couple years when the hype dies down and just get them for $1 each or something,
Yeah.
Like when like I said, the later art on this is okay. I've seen much better art in Master Kung Fu, but when you spend $4 or $5 on near mint copper or bronze, like a mid-grade bronze, it tends to hold its value better, than the modern stuff. So I just made that decision. Here's something that Steve Ditko in Wally Wood worked on. Well, Steve Ditko did the pencils, and Wally Wood did the inks, right? So it's 1975, and it's Stalker.
Stalker.
Yeah, dude. Stalker number 3.
Beware the man with the stolen soul.
Yeah, dude.
It's got a big sword.
Demon death on this burning issue. Woot, 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 woot. What up? What up, Damien? I love your virtual backgrounds you have on your shows now, man. It's pretty cool. Ghost Machine World is a lot of fun, but you'll big that's I could get the omnibus,
They just released
they're meant to be
Ghost.
They're meant to be read in trade anyway, the newer stuff. Maybe not the newer indies like Damien reviews. Maybe those, I don't know, some of them are meant for trade, others are not, perhaps. I don't know.
They did release a new Ghost World title today too. What was the name of it?
You didn't pick it up, huh?
Or no, I didn't pick it up. Hyde Street, it's called. It's a horror book. On my list of books, horror books are sometimes towards the back, except with the the Incredible Hulk. But
so Damien says Stalker was a great read. That was issue 3, so I assume there weren't that many issues. He's saying there were. I don't know how many there were. Hyde Street. Yeah.
Hyde Street. Yeah, that was a new one that dropped today. Ivan Reese on art.
Yeah, and, I like. Yeah, you were mentioning that just recently in your video, Damien. I like the sequential floppies too, and so I'm enjoying the older comics more because they were meant to be read that way. Just 4 issues of Stalker. Wow.
Only 4 issues.
So here we got a series that Triple C, Cheap Comic Collector, and Metarog got me into, and it's Legion of Superheroes, right? Sure, maybe Damien read this stuff, but I guess number 2, this is number 3, but number 2 is a good book for me to read, according to Metarog. it gives some good information on the characters, some background, motivation, stuff like that. So these were the secret origins that actually read well. I guess not all secret origins read well, but DC. But this was a good one.
Legion of Superheroes also mentioned in the DC All In.
Well, they always try to bring back Legion of Superheroes, but they just need to go back to the roots, I think. Maybe I haven't read it yet, though, but like the 70s, late 70s, the Superboy, and into the 80s, I guess there was a legion of fans, right? They really loved it. Yeah. But then they kind of fell off somehow, and it just wasn't the same, even though there were fans throughout the 90s and stuff.
Yeah, and I think Legion of Superheroes is a good way for them to like retcon anything, right? Oh, we need to explain something away.
Let's do it. Let's do it in this cosmic way.
Yeah.
You guys want to see a whoa? I mean a whoa, as Higgy would put it, But this one right here is Flash 190 from the 70s. And look at that spine.
Oh,
isn't that beautiful? Yeah, I guess Bendis wrecked Legion big time. I at that point I was not reading Brian Michael Bendis. Don't you guys love that spine? Look at that.
A lot of people would say he just wrecked DC around that time.
Well, he wrecked what was going on with Superman's son.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was, and Superman in general. A lot of readership fell off of Superman. I don't know how Legion wrapped up, but I'm pretty sure not. But wow, that's coming apart. That's hanging on by a thread.
It looks like good reading material. I have been enjoying the bronze DC more. I know that silver stuff is more lighthearted and fun and stuff, but I still want to read the more like I want to read the stuff like Neil Adams and Jim Aparo and stuff like that. The DC from that time. Whoa, minus even whoa, even further. I don't know how low can you go with the woes, right?
Is that a filthy 15 center?
Well, not technically because it didn't have a stamp on it.
No sticker, no stamp.
No, it's a true 15 center, right? Yeah. So we got some Spider-Man classics from. I got this and kind of happy with it, but I know Doom is the rage right now, right? But that's a good Sal Buscema cover.
Yeah. Excuse me. The next Spider-Man book has Doom in it. Next one coming out.
Of course, it reprints the Ditko classic where they first meet. Stan Lee and Steve Ditko classic. I remember reading this as a kid. It was pretty dang awesome. But yeah, I remember he somehow like Dr. Doom vibrated the frequency of spiders and somehow like drew Spider-Man to him. Like something wacky like that, And his spider sense led him to Dr. Doom. And then there was, of course, the huge like showdown. The Spider-Man narrowly escapes.
Doom's got all the powers, right? Like science, mysticism. Cool,
I do love Ditko. But I was talking with Metarog yesterday. We were talking about the difference between John Romita and Ditko. You hear that all the time. And who do you like more? And I think I do lean just a little bit to the Romita senior. Right. Not that much though, because I really love the Ditko. Now I gotta do an indie from the 80s, maybe one more, and then I'll turn it over to you. How's that?
Sounds good. Ditko's Spider-Man tended to be a little slender, and Romita's was a little beefier.
Yeah, the slender one, and also John Byrne seemed to model after Ditko when you see Spidey and the FF in those issues of Fantastic Four and stuff like that.
Right.
So here we have, what is it, 1984. It's really nice condition. Indie from the 80s. Eclipse Comics.
Saber.
Number 8. You know, he doesn't want to shoot anyone, but it looked like he already did.
Yeah, right. If you didn't shoot anybody, why's that guy? Ooh,
Shout
he
out
looks
to
like
Easy
he must
Comic
be-
Creators. Like, why does this guy look like a buff Jimi Hendrix, right? But he
Yeah.
doesn't really. But Saber is supposedly, you know, was hyped as the greatest comic book you'll ever read. I did read a couple of these Zots, or I flipped through them, I should say, and that really cool science fiction romps and stuff like that. But like I always say, I just love the colors of the '80s. I love the inks, you know. So you know, I get the stuff. I'm just hoping for a revival someday of the indies from the '80s, and then I'll sit back and laugh and tell everyone how I got this for pennies, you know, for quarters, I should say. But I don't know if that'll ever happen. You know, the way movies are nowadays, maybe if they got back to just getting more into adventures and less into like signaling, virtue signaling and all that, or being PC. I think people tend to want just the more cool, like adventurous, and sure have a moral to the story at the end of the story. Have a moral to the story. Mecca, what's up, man? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for being here. I'm looking forward to your package.
Was that Woody Allen insane? It looked like Woody Allen.
Like Woody Allen is. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? That's funny. But yeah, I just love my indies from the '80s. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Cuppo. But Micah, yeah, thank you so much for sending a package to me in the mail. And maybe I'll open it during the big show tomorrow. You know, I would love doing that. So, what's up? What do you got for us, Will?
All right, I got a
Mr. Man in silhouette.
Yeah, we got an X-Men box.
So, oh, an X-Men box. Okay.
You guys are going to help me go through my X-Men books.
Okay. I did say, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, let's see what's in here. Oh, all right. So this box appears to be all X-Men, so no surprises, but that's good because it means I don't have to repurpose anything. But hey, I'm gonna feel like you now because I'm gonna show off some classic X-Men.
Good.
Classic X-Men number 45. Newsy.
I do like the Newsies in the 90s.
Yeah.
In early 2000s in the high condition. I like that.
This is a Mike Mignola cover. X-Men classic. I think it's 68.
Is that Rachel Phoenix?
That's the binary.
Binary. Okay. I didn't know that was Mike Mignola. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Mike Mignola. You know, a lot of these artists, as you know, they get older, they're allowed to experiment more, right? So Sienkiewicz looks a little bit different than he used to.
Yeah.
Even John Romita Jr. looks different than he used to. You know, sometimes it's for better and sometimes it's for worse. So,
yeah.
We're gonna go with a little bit into the future. We have Uncanny X-Men number 1.
That's the Bendis stuff here coming up.
Yeah. This first appearance of Magneto in his white costume. In this one. A couple of the characters out of this were involved that appeared in this series. Were involved in the protocols. You know, the life protocols that brought Krakoa to us. So
right.
So some interesting stuff happened in these books. This is issue number 2. Now we got the White Queen.
Did Bacalo do the art in this?
Yes, it was Bacalo.
Sometimes I really like Bacalo, but I guess the art styles always progress or deteriorate.
Right?
Deteriorate.
Oh man, speaking of deteriorating, not that I want to pile on, but Frank Miller and his covers these days, I don't know what's happening with those things. They're not exactly the best. But Frank Miller's he looks like he partied a little bit.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Right.
That was a good Bacalo. I just didn't like the writing.
Interior artwork here.
You know, the whole thing is Bendis had worked with all these great artists over the years, but his stories just were decompressed and boring. And then he
And
was
yet
like all the weird freaking plot twists that didn't make sense, you know?
Yeah, and yet somehow they kept giving him books.
Well, because he did so much, you know?
Right.
He created so much. He helped revitalize Marvel.
Yeah, some
So,
giant sentinels. Yeah, I mean, he had a lot to do with
Daredevil. He helped revitalize Daredevil and
the Ultimate Universe. He did a lot.
Ultimate Universe. Yep.
Some more Bakalu art.
And he created Miles Morales. And there's things he's done, you know? It's just like.
So these gold balls actually were used in the Resurrection Protocol later on.
Really?
Yeah, they were kind of the eggs that, or the little, balls that the characters were then revitalized in, if you will. Yeah, there's some more art, but yeah, Bakalu.
I do like him. I was actually reading that Brand New Day stuff, Spider-Man stuff, and a lot of it was garbage, but some of it I liked. And Bacalo was one of the artists who was like, wow, on those Lizard story arcs and stuff like that.
Yeah, and this is not Bacalo on the cover. This is Townsend. I think Greg Townsend, something like that. Here's a pretty cool Magneto cover.
Yeah, with Bendis, I was holding on with until Secret Invasion. He started losing me, but I came back during his Siege and Dark Avengers, really like that. Then he started losing me again.
Pronounced Bacalo.
Bacalo.
Thanks, Alberto.
Bacalo. Thank you, Alberto.
So, yeah, pretty interesting. Oh, this is a double. I also have to go through the comics because in 2 weeks I'll be at New York Comic Con, and we'll be trying to get some signatures. So,
cool.
Got to figure out, which book. But, so,
Higgy Pop. Higgy Pop in the house. Yoo-hoo!
Yes.
Thanks for sending me those photos, Higgy. He sent me the Clockwork Aaron photos, and I'm gonna post them on Facebook, I think. Pretty soon.
All right. So those were the that was Bendis. This is Rosenberg, Uncanny X-Men 13. I don't know.
Look, Higgy, it's your favorite group, the X-Men.
You jumped in there.
No, I love the X-Men. You know that well, right?
Yeah.
Just not the modern stuff so much. But.
Not the. But we
I liked Gillen. I thought he was doing X-Men good before Bendis.
Yeah, Kieran Gillen wasn't bad. He was
good back in the day when he was, unknown a little bit, under the radar.
Here's a Dave Cockrum reprint on Uncanny X-Men #1. So I think, is this a wraparound? I think this is a wraparound cover. Check it out.
Well, I'm glad you're settling in the move, Will. That's great. Starting to slowly unpack, right? Finding boxes of comics you didn't know you had, right?
So here we go. Wrap around. You got the old X-Men and the new guys.
Yeah.
Or the newer guys. So. And
all new, all different.
Right. And this is Uncanny X-Men #1 by Ed Brisson. So this was a newer book. Let's see if I can find a splash page. Oh, here's an interesting. This is a callback. But that's Apocalypse. Kind of in that Wolverine.
The Wolverine thing.
Yeah, so
what issue is that from?
This is Uncanny X-Men #1, but Ed Brisson. So this was
okay. It was the Ed Brisson. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Gunner and Cuppy.
Yeah, dude. Higgy Pop.
All right, we got this is Uncanny X-Men #700. This is another wraparound cover.
I would have to do I like the old Roy Thomas X-Men or mostly Claremont? I did start reading it from the Roy Thomas all new, the giant size. And so far I like the Roy Thomas, but of course I like the Claremont, I would say.
This is another wraparound cover.
But only because I'm reading X-Men classic X-Men, and those backup stories really flesh out the characters, Damien. That I don't know if you were reading the classic X-Men or if you just read the original stuff. And they kind of tweaked the pages here and there, brought in different artists and stuff. And Claremont did great with that.
Here is, so this was a variant cover, right? Dave Crockham wraparound. This was the second printing of Uncanny X-Men.
I would say I like Byrne more than Cockrum too on the X-Men too.
Byrne? You like to feel the burn?
Oh yeah, I like Cockrum too though. Dave Cockrum was great.
Now
so what's up with that, man? Why is Apocalypse? Come on, hanging on an X cross. That's Apocalypse, dude.
Yeah,
that's just something's ain't right there. You need your villains that are formidable, not to be, not to show weakness like that.
Yeah, truth. Here's an oldie but goodie. Some of you might know this.
They're worth reading, Damien, if you're ever in the mood to get into X-Men again.
We got the giant-sized annual number 9 with Storm having Thor's hammer on that one. So that's number 9. Kind of a classic cover. Here's some goodness now. All right, guys. If you average out the age of the books after I show you this one, we'll be in good shape. All right. Okay. I've showed this before on this channel too, but this is, we'll see if it doesn't shine anymore. This is X-Men number 15, sorry.
Kirby?
15.
Nice.
Yeah, the origin.
Take it out. Could you take it out? Wow.
Yeah, we got the origin of the Beast in this one.
Neil Adams X-Men era too. Okay, cool.
15, I believe, is the second appearance of the Sentinels and the first cover appearance.
I'm not sure when Roy Thomas picked up X-Men. I can only say I read from the giant size, giant size.
Oh no, I ripped my tape. Oh, okay.
And then into the regular series for the all new, all different. So I need to go back and reread what Will just showed there. That started with Lee Kirby stuff, right?
Yeah. We got out of the first bag, and now we got a second bag.
Ooh, a second bag. Yeah, you took care of that thing.
Wow, it looks a lot better in 2 bags than it does outside of the
Mylar too, right? You got 2 Mylars happening.
2 Mylars. It looks super shiny in 2 Mylars.
Wow. Well, you love your comics, dude. I'll give you that. And you do buy this older stuff.
I do. The colors are still pretty good on this. I don't know if it'll pop without the
the lighting. Look at that though. It's great.
Right.
I'm definitely envious. I want that issue.
The interior pages too are pretty nice on this. Then it's just the cover that's been loved on this comic. But it's like whoever owned it just touched the cover and didn't really touch the insides. I don't get it. But yeah, it's definitely a Kirby vehicle, Stand the Man. Jack Kirby. Let's see if we can find some real Kirby-esque. There's Angel.
Cool. Yeah.
That's Beast.
It's nice. It looks like it's a nice grade.
Yeah, there's a Master Mold. So there's some good stuff. Is this? Oh yeah. Who is this? I don't know. Some guy doing flips over here. I was like, is that Spider-Man? But he's not wearing glasses. So. It is somebody.
He's somebody.
He's somebody. Just don't know who. What body. Yeah. Here's some more. And then you got to love the classic ads.
Sure.
Right. So you got Master Mold here, classic ads here. You can get 50 bike decals for $1 back then. 1001 things you can get free. Complete list for only 50 cents. So send them 50 cents and they'll send you a list of 1001 things you can get for free. Yeah. And then they got this 1964 US Mint set for only $2.95. Or you can get all 9, $2.95 each, but they had 9 of them. You get all 9 of them for $34.95.
Yeah, isn't that something? Those old advertisements, I tell you, they're a lot of fun.
Yeah, play guitar in 7 days. And I don't know if you guys can see it. Let's see if I can get on the camera. It's like a lady in lingerie.
Oh yeah, a little risque.
Playing the guitar, 1964.
Wow.
Yeah. Who knew?
So what do you think? That's in fine condition? Does it look?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably not worse than 3.5. So maybe a 3. So it's fine. Maybe if I, on a good day, if it's pressed nicely, maybe you get a 5.
What's up, Daniel? Thanks for being here, my friend.
But yeah, it's fine. I wouldn't say very fine. It's fine.
It's a mid-grade with some gloss on it.
With some gloss, with some color.
Nice.
Good color.
Yeah,
so,
it's a nice looking book.
Yeah, the interiors are nice. Like you would think it's if you just saw the interiors before you saw the cover, you would think it was a much nicer book. Somehow I got tape. The tape stuck to the inside of the bag. We'll fix that.
two Mylar bags. That's how you do it, guys, when you truly love something, I guess.
Mylar in Mylar.
You don't set it free when you truly love something. No, you actually do.
Well, it's not in a slab. So that's a
yeah. If it's in a slab, you could set it free.
Yeah.
This
is a cool book that I found. This is Avengers. I think this is Avengers 100. Let me just find. Yes, this is Avengers. This is Avengers 100, right? The classic. But it's coverless. So we'll take it out of the bag. And on the back cover is Avengers 99, I believe. So
could Cuppy show did Cuppy show anything he could bust his balls about? Maybe the Bendis X-Men. No, I guess that was okay. I don't know. I didn't like it. You know. The whole time traveling things with the kids coming, that was totally unnecessary. The younger versions showing up in modern times.
Right. So this is if you might remember this X-Men book. This was Avengers 100, where you had the new X-Men versus the old X-Men, kind of.
Oh yeah.
Facing up against each other. It's missing the cover, but the interior page also has a very similar.
Yeah.
So you got the Uncanny X-Men versus the Uncanny X-Men. So I found this at a thrift store. So I was like, oh, what is this coverless, comic? And then I looked it up, and then I read the Indica.
Yes.
Or the Indicia, some people I think.
Is that the fancy way of saying it?
I believe so. Nice. And it said X-Men 100, so I got it. So next thing I got to do, I guess, is either print out or find the cover.
Well, I know that's what Cheap Comic Collector did. He printed out the cover the way it, was printed out originally, put it on, and he was just really happy about it. In fact, there's some people who do that. I guess they take the true believers. They take the covers off, or a facsimile even take the cover off and put the original cover on, or something like that. I don't know.
You're right. Last one before I let you get back to showing some books. This is X-Men number 16. This is the first cover appearance of Master Mold.
Wow.
So
I'm impressed.
Yeah. So these, I just got to get the most expensive one of the first appearances of the Sentinels is 14. So that one is the very first appearance of any Sentinel.
Wow.
So we'll work on it.
Brilliant. I would definitely want to see that cover up close and personal.
We're gonna get it out of the bag. All right, it's out of the bag.
It's Will and Silhouette. There we go.
There we go.
Here, let me blow you up. Nice.
You got the old X-Men team heading towards this behemoth.
I put Daniel's noise up there. Noise.
And then you got that Dynaflex series on the back. You know, you want to get jacked. Send these guys. You pay only $1.98.
Yep. The king will always be king.
Yeah. Sorry.
No,
sure back. We're a little bit off sync today.
It's all right, buddy.
Nah, it's all. I know back then, I'm sure they got like, a couple of thousand people sent them $1.98, and they made $20,000 or whatever. And back then, I'm sure $20,000 went a long way.
Iggy. Thank you. Very cool, dude. Even Graphic Man's like, great book.
Every once in a while, I can pull out a gem. That's not mine.
We only want to see the gems. No, this is the new Comic Book Day show, but let's pretend it's not.
5 books. Only bought 5 books.
No, what's the big deal nowadays? Ghost Machine books. That's what Albert.
Ghost Machine.
Yeah, you guys, that's the big deal nowadays.
They're good books. Red Coat. What was the other? I'm drawing a blank on a lot of the characters. I see them in my head.
Mike, are you having your show tonight? Because we're going to be off pretty soon in a few minutes here. I try to get out of the way for the big show. It's 4-color fossils. I always want to say 4-color process, because that's what it is.
Sometimes it is a process.
Yeah.
But all right, so those are some X-Men books in my X-Men box.
X-Men, no show. Take your time. Whoa. Marvel Godzilla Omni came out today. Very cool. Nice. Double dipped for that. Yeah. Don't blame me.
A couple of Godzilla books that dropped today.
Godzilla. So these are probably just, I don't know if they're going to make it into claims. I might have this. I don't know if I have this one, actually. It's a beauty, you guys. It's a beautiful one. I always like reading off these years like a dork. And this is 1985. Swamp Thing 40. 'Tis the season, you guys. Ooh. Right?
It's this season. It's true.
I don't know. I have a whole mess of Swamp Thing, Alan Moore Swamp Thing, and right now I'm reading the first trade. I slowly read stuff, you guys. But yeah, one of the all-time greatest series ever, right? And there's Abigail. Am I right? Did he finally get with Abigail? There's a Magnetic Fields song. I don't know if you guys know about Magnetic Fields. It goes Abigail, Abigail. I'm like Higgy, man. When I read words or someone says a word, suddenly a song will just like fire out in my brain, But I don't know if I have this issue. I don't think I do. What do you think, Will? Do you think I have this issue?
I think you do. You got good stuff.
I might have that. So that might end up in the claim cell. I don't know. Let's do one more. Well, what are we talking about here? Ghost Machine. We got Mark Spears Monsters, Energon Universe. The reboot of EC Comics is okay. It's all good stuff. Heard mixed reviews about the reboot of EC. Hey, that'd be great. You're always welcome to be on chaotic comic book cover displays and more with friends, right? Cool. Yes.
Love Swamp.
Yes. It was him afterwards too. Yeah, it was just an amazing run that a lot of you guys grew up on or read, and I always knew about it. But of course, didn't get around to reading it until now. Right? Swamp Thing.
Southern Change. Southern Change. Is that Alan Moore?
What do you think, Tuppy? Do you like it?
I like Swamp Thing. You know what I really liked was HBO Max had a Swamp Thing when it was HBO Max and not just Max.
Okay.
Had a Swamp Thing show that was really good, and then they canceled it midway through, so the ending wasn't that great. But it was a really good show.
Yeah, I heard it was. I think Roger actually mentioned it. You know,
the Swamp Thing character is cool, and like you said, 'tis the season for Swamp Thing. So
that's. I don't know if most mouths feel that way about Twizzlers. You know, they kind of feel maybe assaulted after a Twizzler. I would suspect.
So that mouth looks a little too pearly white to be.
One more page, I'll move it along. Isn't that cool? It's just like, I love it. I love Swamp Thing. I love this art.
Yeah, Swamp Thing was also in the DC All In issue.
Oh yeah, they're trying to bust out some old guns to see if they'll still fire. You know, which one is this? This is probably 92. Let me see if I'm right about that. Yep, I got it, dude. 1992. What do you think of that, Cuppy?
1992.
And you guys know I like my Marvel UKs. Most people think this is trash.
Warheads.
I freaking love this stuff. I always get it on the cheap.
Guest starring Iron Man.
I think the art was really good in Marvel UK. You know? You guys could sue me. Can't get blood from a stone, though. Remember that. Metamorph.
It looks like Nick Fury.
I'm definitely gonna. I've been pulling out my indies from the 80s. Well, I call it that, but sometimes the 90s. So I have a section now I'm pulling out and creating old indies.
Yeah, that's
but I want a Marvel UK section. You know what I mean? Because the Marvel UK is not in Marvel continuity. You know, this one seems okay. The art seems okay. I've seen better in the UK verse, right?
Yeah. The art looks fine to me from here. I'm like, I've definitely seen worse. So
yeah. But that means they worked. Who did the art here on this one? Do you know? Guest writer Jeff Senior. I don't know who that is. Guest artist is Steve White. Don't see. Yeah, these guys I don't really know. And but a lot of the earlier work of great artists appear in Marvel UK. Now here's the indie from the 80s. I'm familiar with Warlock 5, you know, but I'm not so familiar with Warlocks. Yo, quick hello back to you, dude.
Hey, Cliff.
Yeah, man.
What
Thanks
is
for
up?
being here, dude. But this is 19 something. It's created by Brian Blair, so you got to love that. It's Warlocks, number 6 from Aircell. What if I did this? Brian Blair, dude.
You can cut that out and just use it as a Halloween mask, you know? Just cut the eyes out. You're kill.
Pretty cool stuff, man. Getting this on the cheap. Some Brian Blair. Thank you very much. Love the inks.
Yeah. They did release a Creature Commandos book today, comic.
Abigail. You can't believe that James Gunn is doing Creature Commandos instead of Justice League Dark. This is a family-friendly show, you guys.
Whoa.
You know? Can't keep it there for long. But What do you guys think of Brian Blair? You love your Aerosol? I know, dude. What do we got here?
Rico.
Who is it?
Rico.
Kaleidoscope. Greetings. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it. We could keep this going. Do you want to keep it going? Because Micah says he's not.
Yeah, man. I know you got to chop some veggies or something.
Yeah, I got to chop some veggies, man. But I'll do a couple more.
Yeah.
I got stuff here, man.
Do it. You got comics.
On my dealer's King Diamond. Say that 3 times. No thanks. So I pulled this out of the dollar bin from my my personal dealer, Sean, right? But I'll just show this one and then we'll move it. This will be the last one, you guys. So 1977, Doctor Strange.
Ooh.
Number 25. And my great YT friend, Metarod, gives Al Milgrom a hard time. He's just not impressed with Al Milgrom. But sometimes I think Al Milgrom does all right, and what Roger would say is that, well, it depends on who's inking him, but this is some good stuff, man. Look at that. I likey. But I pulled this out of a dollar bin with my personal dealer. I could get a whole stack of something, and then he reduces the price. So I didn't even pay that much for this. I was surprised it was in there because I actually collect Doctor Strange Volume 1. Who doesn't love Doctor Strange? And that's it, you guys. I'll just call it a day there.
Nice.
But we'll show this one pick here. So yeah, what do you think? What do you think, Mr. Silhouette?
Yeah.
Thanks for being here today, Will.
Oh no, my pleasure. I love being here. We'll do it as often as possible.
Go ahead.
I think 2 weeks from now, I might not be here just because I'll be going to New York Comic Con. But maybe we'll do it live. Maybe I'll do it from the Javits Center. Like, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is my last month of doing simultaneous streaming. The rates went up from $25 a month to $45. It's like, what?
Yeah,
I appreciate Yardstream. Shout out to Yardstream. You guys do great work, but just can't afford $45 a month. Just can't do it, guys.
Like a 40%, 45% markup there. Like,
yeah.
Not cool.
Anyway, anything you want to announce about your channel or things you're doing, stuff like that?
Sure. First of all, thank you everybody for being here. I did release a new video today. It was a little late. Usually I release it on Tuesdays, but it's the new comic book day preview video. So if you want to see what's out this week before you go to the shop, go ahead and check out that video. I spotlight some books for the week. I point out some books that are spec-ish. We also do some FOC for next week. So if you pre-order those books, and those aren't always spec books, those are just books I think are cool. If you want to check those out. And then we do all the rest of the books that came out today. So go ahead and check that video out. And then at some point this week, I'll probably drop a mystery mail call video. So there'll be some mystery books in there. Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. So
how long you think you've been on YouTube? What I hate about YouTube is they don't tell you the date. Like, you can look at the very first video you dropped. There's no date there. It's like, a year and a half ago or 2 years ago or something.
Right. They don't give you a date. I've definitely been on, I think, for at least 3 years.
3 years. And I was one of the first ones commenting on you, right?
You were one of the OG.
I'm the OG commenter of Couple Comics.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Very cool. And now we're doing a show together.
Yeah. And I want to thank everyone for being here. I love streaming with Cuppy on Wednesdays. We only do it for an hour. Tomorrow I'm dropping my 10-minute comic haul. Please support that. This weekend I'm dropping another music video. This one's going to be about the character I created Commander Cates, right? Ripley Cates. He's an ex-Delta Force commander who's proud of his military service, but also felt like he's used and never wants to come back. And yet his CEO tells him to get back into the office. He's got to talk to him, right? So, and the last video I did was about Daisy Ashcroft, who's a martial art badass. So you should be, please check out my playlists. Please check out tomorrow's my favorite show. It's called Chaotic Comic Book Cover Displays and More with Friends. Cuppy sometimes makes it. Sometimes we have a few people there, 2 or 3. Other times we have like, boom, 9 people or something, So it's a lot of fun and great guys in the YouTube community who actually read their comics or have a history of reading comics, So not that we're snobs. We're not like that. Because there's a couple guys who are newer that come on too. So it ain't like that, you guys. Anyway, thanks for being here, Will.
Thank you.
Yeah, embrace the medium. Stay true to what you love and never apologize for being a nerd. Thanks for subbing me up on the IG, Daniel. I tried getting you back, and I want to talk to you. So, all right, you guys, this has been.
Also, sorry, before we go out, C3 is this weekend, Comics Curing Cancer. So check that out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. C3.
A lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
So,
and
take us out.
That's it. New Comic Book Day. Why? I think we answered that. Guys in the chat answered that. Deuces. See you in the next one.
Peace.